Ho Ching covered the severed arm with his other hand, dripping blood kept seeping from the palm of his hand, and with his horrific face, it looked extremely terrifying. "You are so lucky." Ho Ching stared at Lin Feng gloomily. At this moment, he still didn't think that Lin Feng had the strength to defeat him. It must be Lin Feng's luck. When he swung the sword, it was the moment he couldn't resist. Not only Ho Ching thinking this way, there are many people who have the same idea among the outer disciples. They don't believe that waste Lin Feng can really defeat Ho Ching with one sword. Good luck? Lin Feng was stunned for a moment, then smiled, maybe. Next time, I won't give you another chance. Ho Ching hid his steps and walked towards the crowd. His arm was severed and he was seriously injured and needed treatment as soon as possible. I hope there will be no next time. Lin Feng shook his head in his heart. Ho Ching couldn't even see how he lost to him. He thought he was lucky, and with this kind of temperament, he would never be able to defeat him in the future. You dare to hurt even the law enforcement officers. It seems that in your eyes, there is no Yun Haizong at all. Mo Xia charged Lin Feng with another crime. Looking at Mo Xia, Lin Feng sneered and said, "If you want to add a crime, why bother? According to what you mean, do I want him to cut off my arm and then be expelled from Yun Haizong to be considered as having Yun Haizong in your eyes? You are rare. Don't you think this is ridiculous in itself, elder?" Lin Feng bit the word elder so hard that he would have to scrap his arm and drive him out of the section. He also had Yun Haizong in his eyes. Lin Feng really admired Mo Xia, and he could say such words. "Sect Master, can I say a few words for myself?" Lin Feng didn't look at Mo Xia again. The person who had the right to decide was Nan Gongling. There was an interesting look in Nan Gongling's eyes. He was really interested in Lin Feng. He was neither humble nor arrogant from beginning to end. "Say." Nan Gongling nodded. "Sect Master, I was summoned. As soon as I came here, I heard the elder convict me, saying that I was rebellious and a scum of the section. I opened my mouth to explain, but the elder insulted me, saying that I contradicted the elder, and I should break my arm and expel me. Zongman, I want to ask, if the sect is convicted, if the elders say they are guilty, and if the sect enforces the law, if the elders are alone, they represent the law of the section." Lin Feng's sharp words came out of his mouth, causing the crowd to secretly think that this guy is crazy. Bold. The powerful breath locked Lin Feng, and Mo Xia could not wait to kill Lin Feng immediately. "If I'm not bold, I will be abolished and expelled from the section. Why don't I be bold again? I want to ask the elders, where did my sin come from?" Lin Feng was not afraid and confronted Mo Xia. "Beast, you hurt your brother and insult your elders, don't you dare to recognize it?" Lin Qian snorted coldly. "So it is." Lin Feng sneered, "It seems that the elder convicted me because of what she said." "So what?" Mo Xia's heart became more and more murderous. Even if Lin Qian and Chu Zhanpeng didn't deal with Lin Feng, he would want Lin Feng to die. Since the elder admits it, I want to ask the elder in front of the sect master. If you listen to her words, you will convict me, but you won't listen to my defense. Are you the elder of my Yunhai sect or the elder of the Haiyue sect? You're a sharp-toothed guy. Even the inner door elder dares to insult me. I'll abolish your cultivation base and clean up the door." Mo Xia couldn't bear it anymore, and if Lin Feng continued to speak, his elder's wiseness would be completely gone. Destroyed. Right or wrong is at your own pace. I'm just an outsider disciple. If you want to destroy me, you only need to do it. You don't need those trumped-up charges. When Lin Feng spoke, he kept looking at Nan Gongling. If Nan Gongling stopped Mo Xia, he would still be a disciple of Yunhai sect. If Nan Gongling allowed Mo Xia to abolish him, he would tell the story of the bells and drums, but even if he escaped by then, he would no longer be a disciple of Yunhai sect. Without me, why do I need a sect? Lin Feng does not have that kind of servile thinking in his bones. Everything is in Nangong Ling Yinyan's mind. Mosia's footsteps are getting closer. Nangong Ling noticed Lin Feng's gaze, and his eyes were also looking at Lin Feng. This son is determined in the face of such a dangerous situation. Coupled with his good talent, he may be able to enter the inner door in a few years, or even become a core child. As an inner sect elder, Mosia's achievements in martial arts are not weak, and his talent is good. He can improve in the future. Although he made a mistake today, he is an inner sect elder after all, and he is the son of Mo Kenglin. Nangong Ling thought a lot at this moment. As the head of a sect, he must distinguish the pros and cons of anything. If it is beneficial to the sect, he will do it, and if it is not good for the sect, he will not do it. Of course, he knew that it was Mosia's fault, but the problem was that if he stopped Mosia, it would damage Mosia's face. The great elder of the sect has made great contributions to Yun Heizong. In comparison, a potential Lin Feng still seems a little insignificant. Nangong Ling's silence made Lin Feng laugh at himself, mocking his own ignorance. He just defeated Ho Qing, who was the 10th of the outer section. He was still only a disciple of the outer sect, and Mosia was the elder of the inner section. How could Nangong Ling act for him? Damage Moxie's face. Only if you have a strong strength, can you not let yourself fall into a crisis. Idiot boy. Mosia was not far from Lin Feng, and a cold voice came directly into Lin Feng's eardrums. On his face, there was a sneer with murderous intent. He was just an outsider disciple, and he dared to oppose him. Act recklessly. Lin Feng is finished. The crowd secretly said in their hearts, but this guy took the blame for himself. It's a pity, I can't abolish him personally. Lin Qian smiled indifferently. The ending surprised her, but it was the same, Lin Feng would die anyway. The powerful momentum pressed against Lin Feng. Lin Feng's hair stood on end, his lips were open, and he was about to speak, but at this moment, the chill that locked him abruptly disappeared without a trace. Huh? Lin Feng was stunned for a while, a little surprised. How could this chill suddenly disappear? And it disappeared so completely. Mosia was not far from Lin Feng, but at this moment Mosia's footsteps stopped, his pupils dilated wildly. Yu reading www.yuyukansha.com seemed to have seen something incredible, and at the same time, an irresistible force of oppression descended on him. Just when many people didn't understand why Mosia stopped, both Nangong Ling and Mo Kenglin looked shocked. That's... Lin Feng looked at Mosia and his eyes were fixed there. Similarly, there was a strong shock in his eyes, and he could hardly believe his own eyes. That's right. Lin Feng put his eyes to the maximum and stared at Mosia. There was a shadow. This shadow was in the shape of a human. Moreover, he would move. Even if Mosia didn't move, the shadow would move. This is a shadow, the shadow of a real person. But the scary thing is that Lin Feng only saw the shadow, but he didn't see where the person was. He couldn't see the owner of the shadow. Not only did Lin Feng notice it, but when they saw the abnormality of Mosia and the sect master, the crowd also noticed the shadow on Mosia's body, or in other words, the shadow. Go back. A hoarse voice came from the void, only the voice was heard, but no one was speaking. This strange scene caused cold sweat to ooze out from the backs of many people. This shadow that appeared out of thin air deeply shocked the hearts of the crowd. P.S. A friend finally appeared on the fan list. I am very grateful to Dingjin 18 Children's Shoes. When I started writing full-time, the fan list was more beautiful than many old books after a few days of publishing, a little sad reminder, but Wuhan will work hard to win the approval of friends. I believe that the brothers in the more than 20 chapters have also seen the style of writing. This will be a cool article, a very cool article.